Hi everyone, I'm Megan Urich, the APTA Minnesota chapter president, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Labor Day weekend and maybe even made it to the Minnesota State Fair like I did. I honestly can't believe it's September already, but APTA Minnesota has a really big month in September. And it starts with this weekend. We've got the Curiosity Conference on Saturday in Bloomington. This is a unique opportunity to get 7.5 CEs while you're also benefiting the Minnesota PT PAC. So I hope to see you there. And if you haven't registered yet, you can in the link below. And then fast forward to the end of the month, and we have 3 jam-packed days in a row. It starts with our 5K on Sunday, September 28th. So we've got the TCO Move and Groove 5K and Pediatric Therapeutic Services 1K Kids Fun Run, hosted by APTA Minnesota. If you aren't registered yet, you definitely should be. And don't forget to invite your friends and family. This year, we're trying to get a lot more community registrants, so not just PTs, PTAs, and students. And a shout out to our lobbyist search committee for their hard work this summer. APTA Minnesota officially hired a new lobbyist. Josh Nye with Ewald Consulting started on September 1st, and he's already hit the ground running. We have a lobbyist meet and greet planned for the evening of Monday, September 29th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Lake Monster Brewing. So come out, meet Josh, and hang with the rest of the crew. Our first priority for Josh is getting our PT Practice Act bill passed in 2026. What's in it? Eliminating the arbitrary 90-day rule, allowing direct access during the first year of licensure, updating PTA supervision, and clarifying term and title protection. Get excited because all of this really does matter for our profession. We'll be focusing on grassroots engagement to get this bill passed, so keep an eye out for that this fall. And our chief author in the House, Liz Ryer, is remaining committed to our efforts. Don't forget that we already have our PT Day on the Hill set for March 5th. That's a Thursday. I highly recommend asking your employer now if you're able to get the day off because we're trying to get as many clinicians to the Capitol as possible. Speaking of the legislature, APTA Minnesota is hosting a virtual town hall the next day on legislative priorities. This will be Tuesday, September 30th at 7 p.m. We have PTs from Utah, North Dakota, and Wisconsin coming to share their stories about primary care provider status and imaging. It should be a fun town hall learning from others, and also you can share your ideas for what you think APTA Minnesota should focus our efforts on in the next 3 years. And then in October, on Thursday, October 23rd, we have 2 events in one day. One is we've got the Healthcare Leadership Symposium in Golden Valley, which will be from about 8 to 2. This is an interdisciplinary event focusing on mental health. And I have an exciting announcement that if you're an APTA Minnesota member and you bring a non-PT healthcare colleague, you can get 2-for-1 registration. And then later that night, APTA Minnesota is lucky enough to have the APTA House Speaker, Bill McGehee, and APTA staffer, Taylor Enos, here as part of the APTA Roadshow. So they're bopping all over the country to come meet with us in our state chapters. We're going to be hosting a reception to interact with these APTA icons on Thursday, October 23rd, 7 to 9 p.m. So come for a free drink on APTA and also the opportunity to win some swag. Did you know APTA Minnesota has an ethics liaison? His name is Aaron Rindfleisch, and his role is to disseminate educational materials on ethics and ethical decision making, respond to real-life ethical scenarios or questions when and where they arise from members, and work with the APTA Ethics and Judicial Committee to update ethical standards. Once we have our new website, we're going to have a beautiful button that makes it really easy to reach out to our ethics liaison. But for now, if you'd like to get a hold of Aaron for an ethics question, please just email me. And finally, are you or do you know a student interested in running to be the APTA Minnesota Student Council representative? This position is primed for an eager PT or PTA student who is looking to connect students in Minnesota to APTA National. This role, let me get back to my presentation here. Sorry about that. This role runs from January through December 2026, and elections will be held in October. If you're interested, please email Noah Limbach, and I will put his email in the notes below this. All right, everyone. That wraps up the September President's Message, and I hope you all have a great fall.